Got it.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Open Mic Night live at the ZoomBarDC. We've got a great show for you tonight. We've got Jeremy Schuhmann, Bill Sherman, Joseph Stegner, and more. So sit back, relax, have a great time, and Bill Sherman's going to kick us off. So take it away, Bill.
Hi, everybody. Missed you for the last 2 weeks because I know you're out there in audience land. So I'm going to kick this off with a Bruce Springsteen song. When I come home from work and I turn on the TV, well, I can't keep my mind on the show. When I go to bed at night, I can't get no sleep, so I turn on the radio. But the only thing I hear is you whispering in my ear the words that you used to say. And my days are getting longer, and my love is growing stronger, and the fever gets worse every day. I got the fever for you, girl. Whoa, I got the fever. Ain't nothing that this boy can do, 'cause I got the fever for you, girl. Yeah, I got the fever. I'm feeling so sad and blue. I remember coming home, and you were standing by the stove, and dishes on the table, and dinner's ready to go. Then we'd go out at night, maybe to a movie show, or something that you'd like to see. But you are my sun in the morning, you are my moon at night. When I think about you, honey, everything's alright. And my days are getting longer, my love is growing stronger, and the fever gets hotter every night. I got the fever for you, girl. Whoa, I got the fever. Ain't nothing that this boy can do, 'cause I got the fever for you, girl. Yeah, I got the fever. Ain't nothing that this boy can do. I got the fever for you, baby. I'm feeling so sad and blue. I got the fever for you, woman. There ain't nothing I can do. I got the fever for you, honey. I got the fever for you, baby. Ain't nothing I can do, 'cause I got the fever for you.
Woo! Hey, Bill.
Thank you. Now,
Excellent choice of songs.
thank you. Yeah, really. Yeah. Now, I'm going to do something different, I think, for my second piece. I had said maybe about a month ago that there was some poetry I'd written about maybe 15 years ago, and I couldn't find it. I found it. And I'm going to go, I was having a hard time deciding which way to go. I'm going to go with something that is political, but it's fun. It's all in good fun. It's called An Ode to the Sneetches. Seuss, the Sneetches, McMonkey McBean, and his off-again, on-again star-making machine. I know that they've read it. They know that it's true. The blue for the red and the red for the blue. The South, for example, was solidly blue. For 100 years, they just wouldn't move. In the last 20 years, they've turned on a dime. They've turned to the red in such a short time. The North, it was red when Abe was our guy. Now the liberal blues from Massachusetts, they fly. In again, out again, they raced through his machine, and the only one profiting was McMonkey McBean. So, if you think red smells better than blue, you're sadly mistaken. I know this is true. And if you want to be red because they have power, remember things eventually change. What is sweet will go sour. Perhaps we're all purple or generally green, maybe yielding to yellow or in a bad dream. Do the labels really matter in our short life? They're nothing but trouble and cause so much strife. After all, we're all humans, and the Sneetches were Sneetches. Let's walk hand in hand like they did on the beaches.
Yay, Bill!
And
Very
at the end of my poems, I usually write a short, well, obviously a short, I usually write a haiku, and the haiku for this is polarization. Red, blue, purple, green. Polarized, joined, envious. Life is difficult.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
Okay. Jeremy, you want to go next?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes?
Okay. When the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, when your shoes get so hot you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, on a blanket with my baby, where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. From the park you can hear the happy sound of the carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, on a blanket with my babies, where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, That's one.
Bravo.
That is excellent. That was excellent. And I got to tell you, Jeremy, you're the first person I've seen to be able to make it work correctly on an iPad. Great balance. Everything was perfect.
Oh, good. Okay.
Man, when you break into that harmonica, it's amazing. It just adds to the sound and the energy. It's so well done too. It's fantastic.
Yeah, there's no. This is just the the iPad, the microphone on the iPad. Nothing special. But I did turn on the original sound.
It worked.
Okay, good. Yeah, and I think you have to. I'm playing with my fingers. I tried to play with a pick, and the guitar kind of drowned out my voice, so I went to a softer sound on the guitar. So here's another one that you've heard a million times, especially if you're of a certain generation. This is one that people back when I was playing in bars. This was one that you heard so much that you wanted like a $50 tip before you play it for somebody. But I haven't done it in a long time, and it's a fun song. Got played to death on the radio, but everybody get out your drinks. Specifically, get yourself a margarita. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All of those tourists covered with oil, strumming my six string on the front porch swing. Smell those shrimp that are beginning to boil. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I think that it's nobody's fault. Don't know the reason I stayed here all season. I've got nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. It's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got here, I haven't a clue. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but it could be my fault. Flip-flop, I stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. But there's booze
Yeah.
Woo!
I like it better than Jimmy Buffett.
Woohoo!
That was a whole lot of fun.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
Haven't
it's a
heard that in
drunken
a while.
song.
So
A
you going
drunkard
out to get
song.
yourself a margarita later this evening?
No, I'm gonna have a glass of wine though.
Okay, that works.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank
Joseph,
you.
Joseph, are you ready to go next?
Yeah, I am.
Awesome.
Okay. Putting these together, just going out today. Another one of my semi-weekly public domain productions. Opening poem, We All Have Our Part. My brain can't scrape concrete like my calloused hands can, and my legs would have less use if my spine didn't help me stand. The software engineer wouldn't even be a thing if inventors didn't make the hardware they can read what the programs bring. I love hearing those birds sing. The cockiest driver who thinks they're all that, who thinks that they own the road, might forget it's the labor of others that gives them chance to be a chode. It is easy to be arrogant and think we've earned all that we own, without acknowledging it all became from some kindness to us shown. Somewhere on the path, whomever it may have been, someone gave us a chance, and perhaps another again. Judgment is for the lazy who want shelter in what they assume, when we should have more vision and faith to help the best in others bloom. Okay, that was my first one. Now, this next one is a little long.
That was
I'm
good. I
sorry,
like
but
that.
thank you. It was inspired by that active duty Army soldier who apparently took mushrooms and started shooting into a crowd. And I don't think those mushrooms are any hallucinogenics or any excuse. There's something deeper there going on. So I got angry when I heard that, and I wrote this. I am nephew to a man who was shot in the face by a shotgun in his youth, making his eyes no longer of use because a bastard thought it his place to jump on the hood and shoot through the windshield, and 2 good lives simply waste. All because of ignorance and lust to be a lord, to take arms against pot smokers as if such act deserves the sword. That same wicked spirit is alive today and slithers through arrogant tongues of those who say what they don't understand deserves to be labeled and hung. False narratives are a drug themselves to those who love how they make them high, enough to be so intoxicated they want fellow citizens to die. Oh, this monster is an ancient beast, always striving to crack through the shell, to manifest a new presentation of behavior that origins from hell. Doublespeak, cloaks, and lies are traditional tools of the trade for getting the well-intentioned to believe to do evil they're made. As if the time has come to be different than we've been told, to abandon that sure foundation for doctrine that makes us cold. Hence, the everlasting struggle of those who destroy and those who build, those who are loving and those who are other way willed. The eternal match of good and evil to invert which is on top is, like energy itself, a constant spin that doesn't stop. The more comfortable a populace is to fall for, it's us against them, using labels indiscriminately to summon atrocities again. The lower then the flashpoint by which the infected will start to fight, oblivious to the reality of partial vision in their sight. What they believe to be so true as if it warrants hell on earth cannot be discerned as imagination that lacked accuracy at its birth. Certain of their vision, polluted with selfish will, operates without due respect of potential others can fill. The conscience has ability to guide into ascension, which is why reasoning must be seductive to make prey of comprehension. The whisper of the conscience is drowned by arrogant want, which some assemble to make legal by putting the tricks in font, as if by popular vote inhumanity can be excused without deleterious consequence of dirty effort used. Let us take more scalpel precision to the sickness of the heart, whereby individuals proceed to tear each other apart. This is imperative today if we are to extinguish the incipient sparks that leads to such destruction. We return again to the dark. The want to condemn instead of convey, to punish instead of correct, to believe another is so forsaken there is no divinity to detect. So much so no effort is made to enlighten or instruct before resources are employed to ensure the other targets get bleep. Is nothing less than disease, the kind that kills and brings decay. The observant smell the necrotic stench in what the corrupt and uncaring say. I don't care is a connecting vein that keeps apathy alive through time, to disconnect the heart from empathy for whom they use to climb. This is not just theory, I have seen it on the street while confronting those in transgression who were assaulting another's peace. When presented with reason, sound and true from the mouth of a loving heart, the same exact words would spill as if worthy of victimization start. I don't care. I don't care. Or I don't care about that. When you hear the reprobate give voice to the cold in their soul, selfishness and apathy are shields from empathy's hold. The absence of forgiveness is an arrow to the heart of the future, while unwillingness to repent is root for perpetual need to suture. As the body of humanity breaks open from violence in the hand, by those who love their own desire more than the ability to understand. My mother would tell me it's futile to purge war from what will be, yet I continue to believe that language is meant to help us see. What better purpose for speaking or formulating a rhyme than helping fellow humans be kind, not bound to the crimes of time? Nevertheless, I do acknowledge that words prove to have no effect on those who refuse to listen, who worship images they erect. Truth has little value to those who would trade it all for their lust. Like any predator pays no mind to the pleas of the legs that they bust. And that was that. Thanks for listening. So there you go, the heart of a poet.
Well written and
Nice.
well delivered.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yay, Joseph.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. And I had someone recently say how everything is better when it's like heavy metal. And I thought so many of my lyrics totally have a rockin', heavy Iron Maiden kind of sound. But, someday I'll meet those musicians and can click and it'll happen. But until then, I'm just putting it out there for everyone else.
Well, you could do it punk like, just get an electric guitar and like just bang on it,
It's funny. I just made friends with a guy named Alexis who keeps saying he's a big deal in the punk rock recording world, and he wants to take me to a show next week in San Francisco. So who knows? And he loves my poetry. He's like, he walked in the copy shop and I ended up helping him, and then he told me he had just retired and looked at the papers I was helping him with, and sure enough, there was a letter talking, what is it, the Alliance of International Alliance of Theater Performers or Stage Performers, something like that. Engineer, and punk rock is his specialty, he says, but I've never listened to it, so I don't know. Green Day is as close to punk rock as I've gotten, and they're not very punk anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thanks, Joseph.
That's good. They hook up with musicians. That's good. Hope you find somebody that can use your poetry.
Did you read what I wrote, Marie-Louise? The last thing that I wrote.
I did. Does that mean you can do another poem, but you can't play music?
Right, because a poem I can be quiet, but music, that's pretty hard.
Okay, yeah, sure, go for it if you've got a poem.
Yeah, it's a real quick one.
Okay.
Now, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's humorous, but it's dark humor, so just hang in there because it's meant in fun. The name of this poem is Sing Songy Suicide. Harry Carey suicide drink up some insecticide. Kamikaze, play roulette, off yourself, it's better yet. Drive the car into the crowd, hear the bomb, it's really loud. If you've got no self-respect, just whack yourself. Don't be upset. I've got no plans, so please don't worry. I'm not in a frickin' hurry. Like I said, quick, short little thing.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those. You don't really mean what you're saying. You're just trying to rhyme something shocking or provoking.
Well, actually, suicide is a major issue in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From
the first stanza was my mother.
Wow.
26 years ago.
God.
26 years ago, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. It was 26 years ago. That was her thing.
Yeah.
It was. That was her thing. She wanted to make a statement. She did.
Wow.
Wow. Sorry to hear that.
Well,
Ouch.
like I said, I meant it all in fun.
Yeah.
So that's my next little poetic contribution. I've got more, and that's the only morbid one.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
So, Jeremy, do you want to do a few more songs?
I don't really have anything prepared, but I could improvise something, I guess. Let me see. How about some Lyle Lovett? You guys like Lyle Lovett?
I love Lyle Lovett. I think he's cool.
Used to be married to Julia Roberts.
That's right. Go
That's
figure.
Anybody that doesn't, listen to his music, that's all they know about him is that he was married to Julia Roberts.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Well, you got to look at Lyle Lovett in your mind's eye, and then look at Julia Roberts, and go figure, right? So, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. Can you hear that? Did you hear that big boom? Thunderstorms happening here. Hope the lights don't go out. The Georgia road is red, the Georgia sky is blue, and it looks just like the day that carried me to you. The good Lord up in heaven knows what I've been going through, and he's whispering to me that I'll get over you. My angel in distress, you look okay to me, and I'll send you my address when I know what it will be. I could easily stay with you on your side of heaven's door. I don't love you any less, but I can't love you anymore. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Baton Rouge. Hell, I don't know just where I'm at to tell the truth, but the good Lord up in heaven knows what you've been going through, and he's whispering to me he'll take care of you. My angel in distress, you look okay to me, and I'll send you my address when I know what it will be. I could easily stay with you on your side of heaven's door. I don't love you any I can't love you anymore. No, I don't love you any less, but I can't love you anymore.
Beautifully done.
Woo!
Beautifully done, Jeremy.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if he wrote that after he broke up with Julia Roberts, but that would be a songwriting. That would be something that would be bound to inspire at least a couple of songs.
Yeah.
You want to? Okay. Joseph, do you want to do? You
Yeah, I'll do
said
something.
okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. Again, it is always a joy to have your audience. Marie-Louise, that you make this stage for us every week is just fantastic. And it's my hope to do something for the world in which people will look back and dig through the gold here in the archives of ZoomBarDC, and they can uncover all my peers that inspired me to be who I am and do what I do as a poet. And I've been on fire with my writing, and just want to thank you for at least the musical side of that and being able to express that once a week. Even though every week I feel like I come unprepared because you give us a stage and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to do when it's time to go on stage. And the best respect to really to give an audience is to dazzle them. And I know some of you can do that, and you do that with your instrument. So I try to make up for my lyrics, but still it's barely a fraction of the joy I feel hearing you play. And I recently saw something that Confucius said, that there's beauty in everything, we just don't see it. And so I just want to sing a little something to each of you, for the way you make the joy in my heart bubble ever true. Wendell, you're always silent as you're sitting there and watch, but nonetheless it warms my heart that we even have your presence. And Marcia, you're the cheerleader every single week that gives a little bounce into everything we speak, 'cause it makes us feel the better when we know we have an ear, when there's someone who will listen, when there's someone who will appear. And Jeremy, every time I see you take the stage, you play with your fingers, music that should last the age. And Bill, with all your kindness, ever making us feel strong, bringing it to us in your wisdom in every single song. Well, since I've got you all, and let me add one more for Marie-Louise. And Marie-Louise, what can I say? That every time you look our way, you have that color that makes us shine, makes us all feel life's divine. So thank you for that smile, and thank you for this time. I wish that I could every week give something that's divine, because you deserve it. And thank you, all of you. And that's it for me this week. I love you all.
Thank you, Joseph.
All right.
Woo! Wow! Thank you, Joseph.
Wow.
That was so beautiful. Thank you. So,
You give us good stuff too. You need to know that. Your words are always inspiring, helpful, thoughtful. Thank you.
And you'll make me feel that way, and that's why I keep coming back. So that's why my thanks is so sincere, and that was very easy to just free flow, because just saying it like it is.
Well, thanks, Joseph.
thank you so much. Yeah. So, Jeremy, do you want to do one more, or we can adjourn?
I don't know.
Joseph.
I mean, I could do. How about something that's I'm trying to remember what key it's in. I bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you, and so I beg you, let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one. If you must cling to someone now and forever, let it be me. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me you love me only, and that you'll always let it be me, and that you'll always let it be me.
Good
Excellent.
song. Back from the 60s, who did that? Who sang
An
that?
oldie but a goodie.
It is an oldie but a goodie from the 60s or 50s. Dang, who sang that? Ah, I can't remember. We'll look it
Everly
up.
Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. They
Okay.
didn't write it. Some songwriting team wrote it, but they did a great
Yeah.
version of it.
That's right. Good. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Excellent,
Thanks, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
But we're getting like this
Yeah.
incredible thunder here.
I heard it and I saw a flash of lightning too. I saw a flash of lightning too while you were playing.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
used to often say how I missed the thunder and lightning of New England while I was out here until a few years ago when I was enjoying it. And in the middle of it, realized, wait a second, though, it ain't no rain and our forests are dry. And for a couple of days, I thought maybe we got lucky, but it just took a couple of days for the damage to start. And California just lit up. So I never say that anymore, but secretly and silently, I do miss those thunderstorms. There's nothing like the roll of thunder.
Yeah.
Sky
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, but yeah, I can see
water.
I can see how without water, it's just dangerous.
Yeah. It's all but the global warming is making the storms, more violent now, and there are more of
intense.
them.
That's right.
I heard about 120-degree weather.
In Texas, they've been having like a whole heat wave of over 120 degrees. You have
And
going on for a
hail
week.
that big.
Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, hail the size of grapefruit. You
Wow.
wouldn't want to be out. You wouldn't want to be out and get hit by that.
Yeah, I was on a motorcycle once when they were the size of golf balls, and that was bad enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You betcha.
grapefruit, no thanks.
Anyway, Marie-Louise, I hope you get better quickly. I hope you continue to feel better.
Yeah.
thank you. Well,
Take
this
care of
totally.
yourself.
Well, thanks for putting a smile on my face. Thank you
Yeah.
all so much for.
Yeah.
And take this as an
You deserve
opportunity to
it.
take those 15 minminutes back and rest up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will
that's it.
definitely just go straight to bed.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Right.
Hugs.
Thanks
Have a good
everybody
night.
for another
Love
great
you all.
open mic
Marie-Louise.
night live at the ZoomBarDC.
Love
See
you
next
all.
week.
Thank you.
Love you all. And I'm
Thanks,
probably
everybody.
not going to be around for a few weeks. Because next week is the week before, well, next week's 4th of July, first of all.
Oh, wow, that's right.
But also it's the week before Ben's final test. So he's going to have his nose to the grindstone and isn't going to want any extraneous noise. And then maybe on the 11th I'll be here, but after that I'm traveling out to Stanford.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Stanford, California.
Yeah, the peninsula. Yeah.
Bill, you have to see me
Across the
then.
bay.
Well,
Literally, Bill. That is so close.
we'll talk about it because it's a real tight schedule.
Yeah, but look, it's so close. I could drive over there and
Yeah.
take you to the take a stroll through the what's the name of that famous sculptor, Rodin, the Rodin Garden.
There's a
Oh, wow.
Rodin museum out that way?
The Rodin Garden. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because we have a Rodin museum in Philly, and I love Rodin.
Yeah.
There's a garden on Stanford campus. Yeah.
No
Cool.
kidding. I didn't know that. Wow.
Cool.
Fun.
Well, Ben's going to be living in East Palo Alto.
Okay.
Anyway, so just a
Yeah.
heads up, but love
Okay,
you all.
thanks, Bill.
Love
Take
you all.
care.
Good
Love
night,
you guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Good night. Good night. Marie-Louise, feel better soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. What a bummer.
Thank
Well,
you.